Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 90-120 loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. Ryker, big L. One of the first L's you've had to throw up in this one. Obviously you were flying down for the Denver Nuggets game, but we're 0-2 in the Thaddeus Young era, Ryker. I don't know what's happening. Did we bring in a new tank commander? Why did the Raptors have to come in here and break my heart on Valentine's Day? I'm shook. I'm sad. How are you feeling in this one?
Well, Valentine's Day, so they were in the giving mood. They wanted to let the Pelicans just toss them around a little bit and treat them mean, whatever, just that it's one of those games, Ben. I don't want to get into too weird of an analogy here, but this was tough to watch. I had to turn it off and just listen to the broadcast. It was tough to even listen to, Ben, when the Raptors that were used to winning, they're getting pumped, 30-point blowout against a team that I would say is not a strong contender in the West. It's tough to watch, right? But it is what it is. I'd expect that there's going to be some growing pains with Thad Young to get integrated into the lineup. Can we blame lack of chemistry on the loss? Probably not. We could probably look at the 30% shooting from the field, but I don't know, Ben. Where do you even want to start in this one? It's so hard to react to these.
First of all, we are going to hyperbolize and be sad, and the Raptors are just on an 8-game win streak. When we're talking about tanking in here, I want to make sure, because people like to come back and say, oh, you guys are calling for the tank after one game. Yes, but we have to react to these games, and we have to make ourselves feel good somehow following these games on Valentine's Day evening. So we don't actually want this team to tank, but tonight we're breaking out the kazoos just in honor of last season. We're getting all this stuff going.
I'll get my kazoo.
Did you? Ryker may have destroyed his microphone, but we're starting off this game. I do want to start off with the positives. Start off with the positives in this game, because Pascal Siakam came out, and I thought he was trying. The ball wasn't going down for really anyone in this game. The shots were just in and out, but Pascal did end the game with 18 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, 7 of 19 from the field. Him and Fred VanVleet, obviously Fred VanVleet went down with injury, and that's something we do have to discuss in this game, but those two guys were really the saving grace in what was a dim night for the Toronto Raptors, and also Chris Boucher off the bench.
Yes, Ben. I was searching if there's a song that I can play, a sad song that I can play on the kazoo, but I didn't have enough time before you threw it back to me, so just a quick kazoo sound. What were you talking about? The few guys that played well in tonight's game, and Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher? Is that who you're talking about?
Chris Boucher, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet. There were some positives. In this game.
Definitely positives. A negative, you could say that Fred VanVleet did leave the game with injury, but probably more soreness than anything was the commentary during the game. And you'd expect in a blowout like this, you're not going to risk further irritation. So hopefully that doesn't become something that keeps him out of the lineup for a long time, because as we've realized during our 8-game win streak, we need 40 minutes from Fred every single night. And tomorrow's rest day off is going to be pretty crucial for this team. And hopefully we can get some plays run for poor Thaddeus Young, who just looked absolutely lost out there. But Ben, Pascal Siakam, he did look pretty good in this one. Didn't shoot amazing from the field, but put up decent numbers. 18 points. Decent. We're just used to him putting up 24, 25, 26. 30s. Right? 30. He's on a streak. This is a weird one. This is really weird to react to this, because they were just so out of this game. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it was tough. The chat is popping off right here. I know you're trying to save the Wi-Fi. The chat's popping off. Marcel is telling us not to be worried. We're chilling. The mod, Marcel, he knows. Marcel, we're just in a state. These post-game reactions, they are what they are. But Raptors will be good, for sure. We also have the Leafs Digest. Right, I don't know if you've been catching the most recent Leafs Digest podcast, but we don't have Javelin to plug on this pod, but definitely check them out. They've been great to us. But the Leafs Digest is the channel. The Leafs have been winning, and they're on the road to 2K subs, right? And apparently Philly and Josh are both going to get mullets if they get to 2K subs before then.
They're both going to get what?
Mullets.
Yeah. I can't think of a more hockey-oriented thing to do. That sounds perfect.
Yep.
And
no, for sure.
At risk of the stream absolutely slowing down, I think I did just jump into the comment section as well, just to check it out, get in on the action. And what surprises you most from this game? Was it that Gary Trent Jr. shot 13%, or that?
Let's dive into it, because Ryker, on the previous podcast that you were on, you were calling Starboy Gary Trent Jr. the greatest Raptor of all time without hesitation.
I said he'll go down as one of the greatest, Ben. I said he'll go down as one of the.
Well, tonight, 6 points for Gary Trent Jr., a rebound. Let's see the percentages here. I got the thing minimized. 2 of 15 from the field. How are you feeling about Gary Trent Jr. in this game?
Well, Ben, how many times have you said that OG is going to be one of the Raptors greats, and he was only 1 for 5 tonight, minus 23 from the field? Whose favorite of ours played the worst game tonight?
You said, you put out the term "groat." You said to starting off.
I said what? And listen. What's worse, shooting poorly or not even trying to shoot, Ben? Whose favorite player played the worst? Mine because he shot poorly, or yours because he didn't attempt more than 5 shots, even though he's our third best player?
Ayo.
GRM Roberts is in the super chat section. Shout out. $2. The curse of Goron is real. Maybe he was our good luck charm.
Yep.
Sitting on the bench, the deep bench, so deep in fact, it was south of the border, as south as it gets in Florida. But who knows? Maybe he was sending good energy up to the Raptors, and now something has happened. We've put a wrinkle into that good chemistry.
Yep. Well, the Goran Dragic. People are saying the curse of Goran Dragic, right? GRM Roberts is saying the curse. Maybe he was the charm for the Toronto Raptors. But this game was tough. And Ryker, there's nothing we can really do in terms of... I think you got to get the drum roll going, because we have an award to give out, as we usually do at the start of these podcasts. Get the drum roll going, because tonight the Scottie Barnes Award, it's going to Chris Boucher. I know the Scottie Barnes Award, it's usually fluid, but there's really nothing we can do for young Scottie tonight. One of his worst games of the season, I'd say, but I want to give some light to Chris Boucher, because he had 15-7, was doing different things out there on the court, no blocks. Usually it goes to the stat sheet stuffer, but it's going to the guy tonight that made the most free throws in the game, Chris Boucher. Any comments on Scottie Barnes, Chris Boucher in this one? It's tough to analyze when it's just your first loss, and first real brutal loss in a long time.
Ben, this was a snub tonight, because Scottie Barnes was the only player that played more than 10 minutes in this game and recorded 0 turnovers, 0 personal fouls, right? Even though he was out there, his lineups were getting scored on a bunch. He wasn't shooting very efficiently at all. What?
You had the criteria to give him the award ready to go.
Oh, I was ready, Ben. I thought, there was only one player that handled the ball, right? Didn't turn it over. Didn't foul on the other end, still played defense, grabbed 4 rebounds, got a block, was challenging shots. No fouls, no turnovers. Only guy that did that in tonight's game. To me, Scottie Barnes gets the Scottie Barnes Award, but I guess you're just going and giving it to whoever.
I rescind. The true Scottie Barnes Award. We'll see who did Scottie Barnes win the Scottie Barnes Award selects if he watches this far into it. I know he's probably just scoping out for there, but it was tough. It was tough in this game, but did you have any real analysis in this one? Because obviously you and I have been sort of memeing around, being a little bit just shook about this game following it. Obviously, when our top-heavy team, where we rely heavily on our top 5 or 6 guys, when 3 of those guys score 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 5 points on 2 of 10 shooting, and then 6 points on 2 of 15 shooting. It's just a brutal one all around. The defense, the rotations were slow. They looked like they just got out of bed, not ready to rock, right? Nick Nurse tried to get the energy going. I like what he did, running a full court press, but obviously CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, they were able to knock down their shots, and the energy, even the press, couldn't get them going. Was there anything the Raptors could have done tonight that would have potentially swirled things around in our favor, or was this just one of those games that if Jack Armstrong were on the broadcast, he'd say, 3, 4, 5 games a season you just got to throw out, right? We had one of those against the Portland Trailblazers a while back. I think CJ McCollum has cursed us. Maybe it's not the Dragic curse, it's CJ McCollum, because whenever we play against the Blazers and now the Pelicans, he ends up killing us. Was there anything we can actually take away from this game?
Well, everybody actually torched us. Jonas Valanciunas, 18 points tonight. They were pretty solid, pretty efficient. I'm trying to look at how many. I thought JV was going to torch us on the offensive end. Carter Fay, welcome to the elite tier. We got a new person sign up, new channel member. So shout out for that. And for that, I will provide my genuine analysis, memes aside, because you have to joke to get past these horrific games. Yep. And there's not a lot you can do. This was clearly an off night because you look at that starting lineup for the Pelicans. You have Devontae Graham, who's not a terrific defender, CJ McCollum, who made us skittish to entertain any trade talks with the Trailblazers around him, because there was rumblings at the beginning of the season that might be a guy that we'd like to look at come off the bench. He's not a terrific defender. Jonas Valanciunas, we've chronicled that he's not a great pick and roll guy, and we love to play the pick and roll with Fred and Siakam. Herbert Jones is a second-year player, second-round pick, and then Brandon Ingram, he's all right, but not an amazing defensive squad. So for our starters to go 2 for 15, 1 for 5, 2 for 10, like you rattled off, that's obviously an off night. Everybody played bad. I'm not going to credit that to the Pelicans, and that's not me being salty. That's just, it's a bad night. It is what it is. Also, Thaddeus Young, I was excited to see him touch the floor, and he just looked lost out there. He's not integrated with the offense. He's not a guy that you could see that he understood how the Raptors play basketball, because it's a lot of motion offense. It's a lot of kind of, a lot of passing, a lot of dribble drive kickouts, a lot of standing in that corner three, even if you're a big man, right? He wanted to hunker down the post, and it seemed like he was just clogging up a lot of the lane. So I thought it's going to obviously take a while to integrate him, and his 12 minutes kind of sucked, to be honest with you. And then you play our deep bench guys that haven't seen a lot of run. Malachi Flynn, who got out there, Delano Banton, who got out there. So obviously this was a write-off, Ben. That's my real analysis.
Yeah, it's a write-off. I do want to say some things about Thaddeus Young, because I thought I might disagree about... He definitely looked a little bit lost just in terms of looking around, making weird cuts, but you can tell his basketball IQ is high just because when the Raptors are drive, he was moving into open space, but it didn't seem like he was ready for those passes necessarily. He didn't expect them to come because he had a couple open shots, open bunnies, those Amir Johnson-esque post hooks where they're not really a post hook, they're kind of a throw. He had a couple of those just ready to go. He made... A couple of them did go down, but 2 for 5 from the field. And I think if he can knock down those shots, get into that right area, and I thought he made a couple of just decent give-and-go passes that weren't they weren't in sync, clearly. But I think there's a clear high level of IQ from Thaddeus Young just in how
well, there should be, Ben. He's a 15-season veteran. Yeah, we can't... We're not trying to argue his IQ. If it's not there, then that's shameful. And obviously, this is really as good as we could get for the Goran Dragic situation. But I don't know. I think we have a very young team. We play very dynamic basketball, and it is a new version of basketball to have guys that are 6'8", 6'9", positionless, but to be very mobile and stretch the floor. And I don't think that's Thad Young's game. So I think it'll take a little bit of time for him to get integrated into the offense. But I see some people defending him in the comment section like yourself, and I'm not trying to hate on him. I just thought that this wasn't an amazing game. There's guys that can come in, instantly connect. This wasn't it.
It's because it's a weird dynamic, because you can tell that he's a clear veteran. He knew what he was doing. It wasn't like Precious Achiuwa at times where he clearly just doesn't know where to be, or he has the ball in his hands, he doesn't know where to move, or catches it and just makes poor decisions. I thought he was making solid decisions, but obviously takes a while to get fit into the weird things that the Toronto Raptors are doing on the offensive defensive end. So I was actually pretty encouraged by Thaddeus Young as well. I also want to mention too to some people, we're trying to give away this hoodie. It wasn't claimed at any point in this game. So if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching this, if you're one of the 150 viewers watching after the New Orleans Pelicans loss, right, definitely subscribe, and you get a chance to be entered into this giveaway. So that's a huge thing there, and I definitely agree. Savvy Bueno Kitty saying 100%. You can see his savvy. Just got to give him time. That's the same analysis I'd give on there, but. yeah, none of the deep bench guys really played well. I thought Kem Birch was all right for the minutes that he put in, but a lot of players got on the court. We even saw a Svg Waters sighting, Riker. Svg Waters, 0 points, 0 of 2 from the field.
Yeah, first time in a while.
Any thoughts on Mr. Svi?
Went out and bricks. But listen, for a shooter, you can't criticize that they're going to go and put up goose eggs when they have 44 minutes sitting on the bench, completely cold, right? Not active at all. And then obviously they're going to miss the first couple of shots they put up. Unless there's Sam Decker, of course, but we parted ways with him. I just wanted to bring up that he was instant offense in that final game of
in that game against the Celtics where he hit that game winner, a classic, as you and Josh put out. I was watching it on a street corner of Montreal on my phone, but Bueno Kid, he's called it the Macious Sloppy Ganda animation. The big sneeze. There's a lot. There is quite
and apparently I'm lagging. I paused the screen. I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi as well. I'm not on the extended Wi-Fi.
I can rant on as you fix out the Wi-Fi. But Precious Achiuwa obviously is a guy that had some moments in this one. We'll save it for the segments. And yeah, Tom Duke's out here saying that Flynn's minutes were a bust. He came out really... It's tough to really judge a guy during the late minutes of a game, but again, that's where you earn your minutes. Chris Boucher, a couple seasons back, earned his minutes by just coming out at the end of the game and hucking up and hoisting threes whenever he got a chance, and it felt like he made every single one. And you know what? He played so well last season. Riker said he was a top 3 player on our team. So that's how you got to do it, Malachi Flynn. Get some buckets. I know he took his shots, but you got to knock them down. Delano Banton tried. A lot of people are going, but Josh is a sellout tonight. Josh had a little datey poo, so that's no live watch-alongs on Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day. Today's Valentine's Day. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. I thought you said when's Valentine's Day.
You gotta respect. It's a date. Ben, let's swing to the segments. I can't ramble on about this game anymore. This was a tough one.
This is a tough one. Let's swing into the segments. And tonight, the spicy Pelé of the day. And honestly, Riker, I'm hoping you have a moment for this.
Oh God, I got nothing. I have one for the OGs, but nothing for the spicy Pelé.
I have a bunch for the OGs, but I have for the spicy Pelé of the day. Fred VanVleet hit back-to-back threes when the Raptors were down by, 15, 16. Made it look like they were coming back, but then he didn't touch the ball again for a little while, and the Raptors just got knocked out. And then Freddie VanVleet said, you know what? I'm cool. It's over. Peace out. So that's a spicy Pelé there. But obviously not all plays can be the spicy Pelé of the day, and some just make you say, oh, geez. And Rico, I'll let you sound off first on the old OGs in this one.
Well, I got an OGs from the man OG himself in the first quarter. Did a neat little back down, a little post up, a little spin. Do you know the one that I'm about to say? He went for the 2-hand slam off the post move. Came up real short. Well, not short. He got above the rim. It bounced off the backboard. He kind of hung on. I was hoping that it was going to be the kind of game where you just reach up for it anyways, take the technical foul or whatever they give you, and just put it back in. Wood. The Andrew Wood, my man, shout out my man crush. That's it. He is the best athlete I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes, Ben.
Riker, serious question. Who have we talked about more on this podcast this season? Andrew Wood or Toronto Raptor David Johnson?
I was about to say who's Toronto Raptor David Johnson, so that answers your question right there. It took me a hot minute to remember. G League player. I was going to say G League legend, but no need to stretch the truth, Ben. G League player, 2nd rounder, David Johnson.
Hey, apparently he gets healthy. He was throwing some nice passes in the G League. He could be a future guy for us. We're going to be talking about, people want to talk about the buyout market. We probably have to do a whole video on that, Riker. But the buyout market. People want Moses Brown, Gary Harris, whoever. We cut Eubanks so we can get a spot. Could we have used Eubanks in this game?
We could use Gary Harris in this game, that's for sure.
That is true. That is big true. But I also had a couple of OGs in this one, and Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa had a couple moments in this game where Nick Nurse took him out immediately. He had a mid-range jumper, like an 8-footer, 8-9-footer. I know you and I were very high on Precious Achiuwa pull-ups coming into this season, but completely open 8-footer, straight airball for Precious in his first couple of minutes into this game. His stat line, from what I glanced at, 6 points, 5 rebounds, not as bad as I expected. He did hit a 3, which is always nice to see from Precious, but there's always those moments coming from Precious Achiuwa, but we know the potential's there, so the propaganda will never stop, Riker.
And his only make of tonight's game was a corner 3. His only make was the hardest shot in the game.
He makes those. He makes those corner 3s, Riker. I don't know if that's the play. I don't know if we got a lag there, but let's just get to the golden kazoo because we want to talk directly to the chat and get this giveaway going. Blow that kazoo, Riker. The one, the only, the infamous Paul Pierce golden kazoo of the night, and we could give it to pretty well everyone on this team. They all underperformed with maybe exception of Chris Boucher. Anyone in particular you want to call out, single out, or just any moments?
Oh gosh, me, Gary for disappointing me. Scottie Barnes, everybody played so bad in this one. It's tough to see.
It's definitely tough to see. Definitely tough after the most recent pod calling him the GOAT, but
no,
it is what it is.
You're doing me foul, Ben.
That wasn't even memes. We meme a lot on this pod. You said GOAT.
One of.
You said GOAT.
He'll go down as one of the.
You said
Ben.
already better
prelude.
career than Kyle Lowry. You said already better career than Kyle.
Wow. All right. Who's saying Chris Boucher was the third best player on the Toronto Raptors now, Ben?
You.
No, I said it.
I've had
who's
no
saying
wild takes this season, Riker. Can't call out any of my...
Fourth seed. We're back in the play-ins, loser.
It's coming.
We're back
Riker,
in the play-ins.
It's time to get off the rails, as they say. You ready?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. That's right. The final alarm has sounded, folks. You know what that means? As is tradition, we need a little like spike going. Like spike for the people, for the squad. Got 158 viewers in here. If we can get that to 25 likes, 163. Get that to 200 likes. 165 of us. Get that to 200. That's what we want to see. Bing bong likes tonight. No bing bong.
I got one to start us off.
What?
I got a question to start us off, Ben.
Okay. Do we do the giveaway first, though, or let's answer this?
No. First. Let me ask this first. Right now we're in 7th. If the play-ins were to start tomorrow, Atlanta, while tied in record with Washington, they have the lead. They're in 10th. I guess they might have won the regular season matchup or whatever with Washington. But would you rather play Atlanta or Washington right now in the play-in tournament if the play-ins were to start tomorrow?
Do you know what this is?
Stinky.
It's a stinky pinky. And he plays for the Washington Wizards, not the Golden State Warriors. I would much rather play the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal's out for the season. They don't have a point guard. They trade away Spencer Dinwiddie. I know they just traded for Ish Smith, so I guess he's a Raptor killer, so maybe I'm eating my words on that. But the Atlanta Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals last season. So regardless of how bad they've been this year, at times, they can go off. And in a moment's notice, in a one-game play-in, obviously we get a second chance because we're the 7th seed. So we'd play the Nets or whoever following, however that game works. But I'm trying to get the easiest path. The Washington Wizards, much, especially Bradley Beal, Dinwiddie gone. Even though they have a 7-3 stinky pinky, a lot of big men on that squad. They even lost Montrezl Harrell. Without a doubt, the Washington Wizards.
You need to put some respect on their name, sir. They just won a big one tonight against the Pistons, so they're rolling. They've got their hungry eyes set on that 10th seed, Ben. But we've got a giveaway to do because one sweater remains unclaimed. Hit us with it.
Yep, folks. folks, we're doing a little sweater giveaway, so make sure you're subscribed. Ryker, it's kind of cutting off your face a little bit there. I apologize. Yeah, there you go. We can both lean into each other. But I got my code going on here. See my stuff happening. But Ryker, are you ready for this fresh giveaway? Folks in the chat, are you ready for this giveaway? Make sure you're subscribed because we're giving away this hoodie right here now. This fire hoodie. So make sure you're subscribed as I hit this button. It's going. Ryker, the dots are going.
This would be the worst one if somebody gets it in the chat because it's just it's a dud game.
We've been trying to give it away over every video for the past 2 weeks. Someone claim the hoodie. We've had claims. We've had claims on the hoodie. But it wasn't the real people. They've been emailing us.
Just posers.
Alrighty, folks. Alrighty, this is the ID. The channel ID. We got this going here. If I enter this name. Nav Purewall. Nav Purewall. Shout out to Nav. Let's see the profile picture. He's got a couple. Whoa! He's got a video with 80K views, Ryker.
Oh, shout out. What is it?
Shout out to Nav. He's got 29 subs. Nav Purewall. So, folks, definitely check out Nav, or congratulations, Nav, on the hoodie giveaway. If you're in the chat, that's what we call a W, but that's close to our biggest video, right? We're giving it to a fellow YouTuber.
Nice. All right. I need to buy a little bit, so you take away for a minute, sir.
81K views. I think our DeMar DeRozan video we made immediately reacting to the DeMar trade. That's all. I think that's at 99K views. So if we can get a few people watching that video, then maybe we'd have a video over 100K. So definitely, if you want to watch that over the next couple days, we'd appreciate that. But people were excited. Scooby-Doo wants it. He wants some Scooby snacks. But we have to do something. We have to do something about this. Well, maybe Nav will claim it. If he's in the chat, shout out there. But you're waving your hands there, Ryker. How's the?
Am I back?
It's Nav the super fan. Nav the super fan. What if we gave it? What if Nav ended up winning it?
Well, it would be cool because you know what money can't buy is custom sweater jersey combinations made one of one by designers.
Shout out Zank.
Yep.
Zank X Raptors Digest. Josh's buddy. Joshy Ice. Getting the mullets if you subscribe to Leafs Digest. But could have had free Scooby snacks. Scooby-Doo, if you send us free Scooby snacks, we'll give you a big shout out on the pod. No hoodies though. The giveaway is the only route to the hoodie. Ryker, what happens first? Someone claims the hoodie or we get to 23K subscribers?
Well, here's the thing, Ben. We will have to eventually give it. You'll tweak the algorithm so it is somebody actually actively watching the video and in the live comment section.
I wish I knew how to do that.
Well, we'll just close our eyes and pick one at random. We'll get everybody involved to just spam the chat or whatever, and then we'll just pick one at random.
That might be unfair. We'll figure something out. Ray's asking how Thaddeus Young played. He was all right. It was a tough first game for old Thad Young, but 4 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, assist in his first game in 12 minutes. But people are just calling for the hoodie. People are just trying to get this rock. But get Dragic off the animations. Should we take Dragic away from the GIF loop? Is that what's cursing us right now, Ryker?
Yeah. C. Bueno Kitty says, Ryker called 5 ghosts before someone wins the hoodie. Parlay. I did say it. I thought it'd be, 6 times the charm. So.
Sad.
I think the next one is the 6th, is it not?
We got to make sure. Folks, just tell everyone to join the chat so we can give it away. But is this really Ryker winning under aliases? Yes, we have given 6 hoodies to Ryker. technically we could rig it. We could give it to Ryker every single time. There's definitely a site you can link during the pod into the giveaway. Ben, 1-800-LUNATIC. Let me know. Always looking for ways to improve the pods, improve the giveaways. Tom Duke is saying fluid giveaway rules. We've been rigid to the giveaways because we've been promoting it. We don't wanna do all 6 hoodies. Have you ever seen those custom sneakers made, like on Instagram and TikTok? I was thinking about figuring out how to do that. I feel like that would be really, really cool.
Like doing it, making a custom sneaker yourself, or to wear or to give away.
Depends how cool it looks.
You might be good on the keyboards, Ben. I don't know how good you are with a paintbrush and crayons, markers, however they do those. And sometimes it's a combination of drawing and painting. Unless you're going to do one of the dipping ones.
Well, that's why I want, like, dip it and then get some, like, words around it or whatever. Get some. I've seen one dude that does rope laces that everyone hates.
Oh, yeah, the rope laces. Did you say that everyone hates?
Yeah, so that's apparently what he says in all the TikToks.
Yeah, with good reason.
Rick, I'm going to get you a pair of shoes with rope laces for Valentine's Day.
Did Gary Trent Jr. officially get bought out? Oh, wait, Gary Trent Jr., my God. Gary Harris.
We went from Grote to bought out.
Did Gary Harris officially get bought out?
I don't think so. It's a rumor.
No? All right. And Hadi Syed saying he thinks Gary Trent Jr. is not going to be re-signed next year. I think you're wrong, sir.
One interesting thing is Gary Trent Jr. Masai Ujiri always talks in these post-game interviews. He gave like hour-long interviews over the past few days and stuff. And he always talks about the core. Scottie Barnes is playing well. OG's playing well. Fred. Siakam. Anyone. Kevin Birch. Whatever. And he forgets Gary Trent Jr.'s name a bunch of times. Am I reaching on this, Ryker, or is that some cheese?
Who?
Masai Ujiri always kind of leaves Gary Trent Jr.'s name out when he's talking about the core or guys that are coming in playing well.
Really?
In the interviews. It's something I've noticed. I don't want to overreact to it. I think it's just random because...
I think sometimes they're leaving Gary out on an island too. You got to give that man shots. Obviously tonight he got his shots, just happened to miss them all. But Gary Harris has not been bought out. In fact... He is still in the rumor mill among the likes of John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, and Goran Dragic. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eyes peeled because that would be a clean pickup. Moses Brown, unfortunately, don't think he'd be much of an impact player, considering, yes, he's tall, but he's also inexperienced. And from everything that we've heard, not extremely impactful out on the court and a little bit overhyped from what Ben and I have been reading in the Reddit sphere. So Ben, I don't know how much longer we want to drag this podcast on, but it's been an interesting one. Do you have any concluding remarks?
Probably the most deflated you and I have been. We got used to watching losses last year, even at points this season where we bring the energy, bring the balloons. But this one just
we could get fun during losses last year.
Yeah, this one caught us off guard, so we apologize for this. But 1-800-LUNATIC, Ben is sending over stuff. Or saying that he's got some custom kicks. Send over some custom kick ideas. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. It's something I've been new little side hobby I'd like to just try out and maybe mess up. But Donald's saying that who subs to a channel and doesn't watch? The diehards are watching this one, folks. The diehards are watching this one. People have been coming back recently. They've been drawn back to the Raptors. We got a lot of channel growth in 2019 and a lot of people that came and went during that year. So that's usually how it goes. But DJ Augustine's a guy. I'll answer a couple more of these chats, and then we'll sign it off. Because I like you. I was tired on the last one. Past few days, really I've been a bit out of it. So I'm feeling like you with the melatonin, Ryker. But DJ Augustine, would you want to bring him back to the Raps?
No.
No, folks, like LeBron. Hot no. I don't know. He plays well when he goes up against the Toronto Raptors. Doesn't play well when he's on the Raptors. The Bucks want to sign Goran. How would you feel about Raptors legend Goran Dragic teaming up with Serge Ibaka, another Raptors legend.
Oh, what if we target Goran Dragic in the buyout market? We get rid of his contract at 17 mil.
We could use
and bring him back at 1 mil, veterans minimum.
Yeah, that's honestly, he fits what we do. He fits what we. You're not. I don't know. That'd be the biggest meme by Masai Ujiri, but not sure. B-ball chess. Yo, I think I'd be a top-notch basketball chess player in the world.
That makes no sense.
B-ball chess, like you gotta play a quarter of basketball and you gotta play a game of chess or something. I'd be pretty nice at that. I was mean with my chess game. Have you ever played chess, Ryker?
Yeah.
Saucy at the chess?
I'm average.
Love it. But sign Dragic, start the hype. Bueno Norway for reals tonight. But this is wilding out. Riker's getting the golden kazoo going. But folks, final thing that we probably have to talk about that we probably don't make a whole video on. Jared Allen made the All-Star team over Pascal Siakam. Craziness, wildness. You and I both expected that. We thought he was going to get it over LaMelo Ball. Jared Allen.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely thought that the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've overachieved from expectations at the beginning of the season. They were probably deserving of 2 All-Star spots. Now, compare the stats side by side. Obviously, Pascal Siakam having the better season. Also, subjectively
better
and objectively, you could say Pascal's the better player, but usually the better record team gets the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, for sure. But folks, we appreciate everyone that has made it this far in the podcast. Raptors will be back. We'll be back better than ever. Raptors are going to get some W's, and it will be life as usual as we cruise our way into the NBA All-Star break. Riker's getting the golden kazoo going. We got some big stuff coming for the channel, so subscribe to Raptors Digest. If the hoodie's not claimed by Nav Purewall, then you know what it is, folks. Come back and get that hoodie. Clean up on that hoodie. But yeah, we agree with the chat. Pascal deserves more. But you guys, check out the Instagram, the Twitter, the TikTok, all that cool stuff. Riker, join the channel memberships. Shout out, we had a channel member earlier. Let me get that name. Oh, it's disappeared. But Michael Ray, I believe. Trying to get that off memory. But we appreciate everyone joining the channel memberships. Check out the merch. Do you have any last words on this game, Riker?
Oh. I'm pushing P, Ben. Cheers.
Oh, no, sir. We're not letting you off the hook. Folks, let me plug some stuff. Chat, what's happening? You know, what about DJ Wilson? DJ Wilson could be a guy that's cool to pick up. How about a Baines animation? Do we bring it back? Oh, it's lagging. That's a sin. Don't know what's happening, but you know, DJ Wilson would be cool. And I'd rather have Raptors in the play-in, out of the playoffs, to get back in the first round, or to get back that first-round pick. I don't think that's how that works. I think when you're in... Do you have any last words, Riker, as I ranted about nothing?
Ben, I do. And in the spirit of Thaddeus Young's integration into our team, positionless basketball, maybe a little bit new to him, I say this. It isn't positions which lend distinction, but men who enhance positions. Good night. Cheers.